Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train. Let's play a run. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Do I have enough hard drive space? I certainly hope so. Win streak of 10. Something feels bad about this. Something feels like this is gonna be the end of our win streak, that if I hit depart, I'm gonna get a terrible combination with bad cards and bad units and bad upgrades, and this is just gonna be the end of the win streak. I'm not a good enough player to infinitely win this game, but you know what? Until I lose, prove me wrong. Okay, we're gonna lose. It's bad champion. Tethys Titan's Bane is the worst champion. Consume Seraph, 2 Sharpens, 2 Mollusk Mages, and an unnamed tome. Well, you know, here's the thing. This is one of my least favorite champions. But Mollusk Mage is really good for the magic power bonus. To be able to have really good restores right off the bat without having to upgrade them, it's pretty good. And if we get good tanks, then Sharpen might be kind of nice, but really if we get good tanks, what's the best tank we're looking for? On this run, probably a plus 25 HP and Endless Frost Shark. Do we really need spikes? No. Second unit, gain 3 energy, or before each battle, set the pyre health to 50. Gain 3 gold for each health lost. So currently this is no money, and if we had plus 20 health, which gives us 60, we would get 30 cash. This is terrible. So I think we'll go Hell's Banner, even though we're not really gonna be focused on units. And now units are gonna be free. Or friendly units get stronger, or pyre is stronger. I actually think we probably do not need units costing -2, but then again, if we take this, then the Mollusk Mages can make other things free just by playing them, but they already make things free, but I don't know. Just give me the units cost -2, right? It's absolutely terrible with Hell's Banners, so you know what, give me friendly units are stronger. Strike, melee weakness, or damage spells cost less. Terrible, but I'll go sweep. If we get a quick book, now we can have our champion be our sweep guy, except, oh no, wait, we can't because he only has 6 HP. Seekus Jr. asks, Monster Train isn't still being updated, right? I do not believe Monster Train is ever gonna get another update, sorry. Also, sorry, but you guys are just gonna go up at the top. There's not really much I can do except just play Train Stewards and kind of just hope for the best. My units are gonna die on this damage shield and give you free charges, unfortunately, but what else are we gonna do, you know? Well, you know what? I can play the Unnamed Tome. It'll silence your ability. I can kill you with Sharpen, but it's gotta be like very situational. You're dead, you're almost dying. You're losing 20 HP. You know what, you might as well just like tome here and then put out a couple of train. Oh, I could have played the Sharpen. Forgot all about the extra ammo that we picked up. Man, this is just like, I don't know, can I Alt F4 the run immediately? I mean, I'm looking at it like, how are we even gonna freaking live? This is terrible. You're gonna hit the pyre for 18, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, so another, you're gonna hit the pyre for 27, plus 6. You're gonna hit the pyre for 33. You're gonna leave me at 1 HP right now, because I'm just not doing anything. My spells are terrible, restores are trash. I'm like, okay, Mollusk Mage into 2 Frozen Lances. Alt F4, open XCOM 2. I mean, at this point we might as well, we're already dead. There's nothing I can do. All right, well, we'll start up another one. I just absolutely hate Stygian Guard. I think Stygian Guard is one of the worst clans. They've got some kick-ass units, but the champion is just flippin' terrible. We'll do a new run. And, I don't know, we'll try it again. Stygian Guard Awoken. Mollusk Mage, Unnamed Tome, and Glimmer. Okay, so it's exactly the same start, basically. I mean, I don't know. Let's go for literally exactly the same start. Except this time we'll go Frostbite, and I'll take the gold. So, now give me spikes again. Give me spikes so I can get myself killed. Really what it should be is just not taking the early trials, because if you don't take the trials, you're gonna have a better chance of surviving. Sure. What do we got? I'm surprised that, oh, you know what? Because we hit 15 pack shards, 10 pack shards isn't enough to actually give you those buffed units. That's what it is, okay. I get it now. So you're dying. Now you're dying. You might as well just build up like a super mollusk mage, I guess. We're not gonna play 2 units, so send out a train steward. I need a glimmer. Didn't get one. However, 26 damage. Oh, I can only play 1! Well, we're gonna live this time around. Barely. Yeah, I think Stygian might be my least favorite opening champion. And just like my least favorite everything. He's just terrible. He's just terrible. Their spells are pretty trash as well. He's just not good. I don't even really know what I'm taking. I'm just kind of clicking on cards at this point. This has been a very unfocused run so far. And yet I still stand by it. Large stone, we're gonna want. We get a Titan Sentry, which is what we want, because then we can make him endless hopefully later, or at least give him a lot of healing with our mollusk mages. But I think you want a little bit of large stone on that, plus 25 on that. Can't gain armor? You know, on a mollusk mage, I'll accept that. Although we're likely, I think, in the future to just remove the mollusk mages anyways. Because it's actually tempting to put the mollusk mage on the Titan Sentry. That way all the restores are gonna be worth more on him, but we can just do that later. There's no reason to have to do it now. Intrinsic, don't really care. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, we can do this. Pyre will live, and you know, if we get a couple of spells, we can kill him. You see, now we get a big boy. He's 7 times 2. What the heck? What the heck? I mean, I think we're just gonna build everything here. How did you make it up? No, like, where'd you come from? Where'd you go? What happened? That unit just kind of like appeared out of nowhere. What the? Okay, well we can play everything, so we'll start here. You can get the gold. Mollusk Mage, I guess we'll put you down here then. You're gonna make it to you're gonna hit the pyre for 10. Well, you're not gonna hit it for 10. You're gonna hit it for 6. Still annoying. Dude, these good restores. Do we have an incant trigger anywhere? Yes, we do. Should have played units, admittedly. The North says, backseat, what kind of train is this? I bought first class tickets, I demand a front seat. If you want a front seat game me, you're gonna have to figure out where I live first. Now we gotta actually like start thinking. I think I don't like these. They're just damage spells. Although attuned, admittedly, would be really nice with the mollusk mages. So maybe that was something to think about. I like a razor sharp. And I honestly like the idea of maybe doubling up on an Animus or even the Titan Sentry. But an endless Titan Sentry would be real sweet right about now. And we could also maybe get an Awoken unit here to meld. We're not gonna put an Animus inside of it, like another Animus, but yeah, maybe we're okay just going left and then trying to get like a couple more unit upgrades. Even another large stone would be very interesting. I don't know if I would want quick, but I didn't say I wouldn't take it, just that I don't know if I want it. Awoken Hollow's a great tank. I think we can totally take it. With the extra magic power, the heals are going to be worth a lot. And Wilting Sapwood. Revenge. I don't know. I don't know what the point of the Wilting Sapwood is. It's too much energy. The melding is good to make cheap units, but our units are already, you know, they give us an ammo refund. So I kind of like the Awoken Hollow. We can either use it as a tank or put it inside of the Animus and have an Animus floor, or even put it inside of the Titan Sentry and have a floor where the Titan Sentry can buff units while it's being healed every turn. It'll cultivate and then maybe buff the Animus behind it. But actually, now that I think about it, Titan Sentry is going to go in his own floor, so that's pretty bad. We could still have the Animus with an Awoken Hollow inside of it. Yeah? It'll still, you know, buff its own health via rejuvenation. And it's a very hefty damage dealer with quick as well. Yeah, okay. I think I've sold myself on this one. It's gonna be a super huge, good, tanky Animus of Will with our champion right behind it. $33 times 3 with 58 HP and cultivation triggers on. Let me look. Yeah, cultivate 2. It's the same cultivation trigger as it has right now. That just seems so nice. It really does. It's a huge unit. And you're quick, and you're amazing. Ooh, and you know what? If we have Glimmer, you've got to give it piercing. I don't think we need Spell Chain on anything right now, though. Pay coins. Well, I can't really give you Pyre Health, so I will pay for artifacts. Gain 7 energy on the first turn. Look, you might as well take it. If we can make an intrinsic spike. Knock back whoever she hits. Well, the champion's gonna die. If we can make as spike intrinsic, we can draw our entire deck on turn 1 and make it free. Alright, so you come down here. You get played. Tethys Titan's Bane, I'm actually gonna leave him in the deck. I'm not gonna play him. If I play him, he's just gonna die when you push, so we're just gonna have to draw him later. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a spot for our champion right here. And you're just gonna get buffed as hell. And then you know what? When we put the champion behind the Animus will buff the crap out of the champion. Now, do we want that? I don't know. For now, though, it doesn't seem that bad because our Animus is so beefy. It's a beefimus. You're dead. You're not dying, but still seems like an Ice Tornado there is pretty decent. What else are we gonna do? You know what? Now you don't push. Ha-ha! So now whenever we draw our champion, we can play him. So if we have that book, we should really consider playing it. Such a good heal now. If we have the book, we should really consider playing it on this version of Talos as soon as you can. Oh, you're definitely all dead. We'll kill you, and then you might as well give us a little bit more incanting. I don't really know why. You're all dead and we're taking no damage. You got to admit though, Restore does very well up there, but a Restore here is a lot of healing. So why don't we do this one, because it'll kill the tank. You're taking 159 damage. Seems great. We need more Restores though, like more healing I should say, because I want the Animus to really start balling out of control. We want her to be healed like every turn as much as possible, because her stats go up forever. We got our champion. We didn't need him at all. Is that the secret to Stygian Guard? You just don't care about your champion? You let him die? If that's the secret, I don't mind. Even though it's annoying. Restore a friendly unit to full health and swap attack and health. Regen 2, spikes 2. It's Sap Seraph, which is not that bad. And restore units to full health. We've never won in Divinity with these cards, which is interesting. I like the idea of spreading spores because the regen every turn is cultivation, but the healing every turn does keep your units alive. But if we get endless on the Titan Sentry, nothing's gonna make it, we're not gonna need this card. I think spreading spores and then making it free is what we're interested in. Do we care about any of these units? I got to admit, a Titan Sentry with a Titan Sentry inside of him is good, but all I care about right now is Endless. 60 health is fine. We already have Quick. Siren of the Sea could be okay. I mean, I love removal, Concealed Caverns, and Hellvent. Do we go capacity and then double up on the Animus? It works for me. I mean, that's 200 damage immediately that scales with healing. Ah, but it's 4 capacity. We need to descend to make that work. Okay, well in that case, let's, do we want another unit? Stygian unit, Unstable Vortex, Merchant of Magic, Pyre Remains. I like removing and getting an artifact and getting a unit. What unit do we want? Like, do we need anything? I mean, we could just take another Titan Sentry to have 2 Frostbite floors, stack up the Frostbite. Another Siren though would be nice for, you know, double the Animus, take capacity. You have 2 floors of a Sentry with an Animus behind it. And then we can put Mollusk Mage inside of the Titan Sentry to get magic power for healing on the floor. And then we can just keep healing. Ah, but you're gonna give the healing to the Titan. You're gonna give the cultivation to the Titan Sentries. This is the toughest. I mean, I've been kind of going fast on this run so far, but this is the toughest decision to make because the Siren is a very good scaling unit if you're incanting a lot, but we're not really playing too many spells per turn specifically on her floor. We're playing spells on other floors to give regen to the Animus and to keep the Titan Sentry alive. So we're not really focusing on one floor. The Titan Sentry I like because it is just another Frostbite enabler. You could probably just take it and accept it. When you get a bunch of 0-cost spreading spores, you'll be casting a lot. That requires us to go for card draw after this. And thin out the deck enough that we can actually get the spreading spores going every turn. And even then, we're not going to be playing them on her. We're going to be playing spreading spores on the Animus. Because we want the Animus to get the cultivation every turn. So I still think you go Titan Sentry here. The Siren is better depending on what unit we get if we want to build an incant floor. And you know what? I guess we could put the Siren behind the Titan Sentry on the bottom floor and actually make her kind of do some damage. Instead of relying on Mollusk Mages. Okay, I got an idea. But I don't think we'll go capacity, I think we'll go draw. If we need capacity, we'll take it later, but I kind of like what we have right now. And we'll check out what the Stygian unit is because we don't have enough money to make the shop worthwhile. I got an idea. +1 damage per spike, stings are better. We have no stings, and we only have one spike card, and it is the one that we just added. And this is +2 damage per spike that we play, but it is still scaling. It's more scaling, which makes it kind of interesting. Maybe we can build around, well, probably not around, but maybe we can build into the, that card being free and playable every turn. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. These are fantastic units to have over and over again. Do you really try to go Siren of the Sea, Siren of the Sea? I think it's better to put Mollusk Mage in the Siren, because then, well, it's probably better to put the Mollusk Mage in the Titan Sentry, and then you can put a Siren in a Siren. Do we have the capacity for that? Plus 50 pack shards? We're gonna be doubling up on a unit, maybe? Might be able to make it work, but we're not gonna be upgrading spells. And the Siren needs to get real buff. Like 2 stacks of multi-strike is what I'm looking for out of the Siren. You know what I need is a freaking Descend. But Stygian has no Ascends or Descends, which makes them really bad. I'm gonna skip. We'll get Frostbite. Do we want the gold? No, because we're not gonna go to a shop next. Spell Shield 2. I have no cards that do damage. That's relevant for this fight, so we can do this. Okay. You will live, and we can put the Frostbite unit behind you. I want you on the top, because we're gonna put the Animus in front of you. I can give you more, I mean, we're gonna do this. I think we do this. Now who do we draw? We drew them both. That's actually like literally perfect. You go down, you go up. Can't kill you, that's okay. We do have the capacity for a Spreading Spore. It's just gonna buff the champion. Next time we do this, we should leave this floor alone and put the champion down here behind the sentry. I should have played the Train Steward as well. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting about the Hell's Banners. Oh no, we already gained on that floor. It doesn't matter. But there is a reason to be doing stuff in specific orders, like play the Train Steward, get the energy, heal up the floor. We don't need incanting up here. We need incanting down here. Now you are buffing up the champion, which is not what I want. I want Animuses to buff Animuses, but without a Descend, we can only have one per floor. So we really don't need any more restores on her. More incants down here, I think, is actually a little bit better. Because that Animus is killing everything already. I'll buff her, though. And I'll give her the regen buff, just because it's multiple triggers. You're taking 203 damage. Spikes 2. You're gonna die when you're up here because of the frostbite we're gonna give you. That's no problem. Do you have rage? You do have rage. You're gonna do 19, 17, 15, and 13. So in 3 hits, you're going to do 54 damage, and then the next hit's gonna kill me, unless I get enough regen. And I would have to get enough regen to get to 69 HP, I think. Regen 3 means we would heal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. We would not heal enough. So I think we're just gonna go razor sharp into Stats. I think I did the math wrong, though. Look, it's hard to do the math on the fly like that, okay? So we'll just do this, and this, and this. My champion is gonna be quite strong. Quite strong. Yeah, we should have the Animus on their own floor. We want them to scale themselves because of the multi-strike. Days, sap, consume. Discard your hand. We have no offering cards, but getting one turn of days, it's good for the Animus floor, but that's about it. Apply sap, also not really that important. I feel like this isn't that important. Especially if we can make the Titan Sentry endless eventually, which would be ideal. So I think we're gonna skip. Although I will admit a free card is an incant trigger, but Restoring Retreat. Now we're gonna take another Animus. 110%. The Norse says now you just need a trap shoot for the double Animus floor. Trap shoot, or the only other descend that we can access, Restoring Retreat. You know what? There's another descend, but you have to get the card building event for it to happen, I think. This is totally fine though. Let's Concealed Caverns. Minor Refraction Animus! Or we could make it 6 capacity, 63 times 388. Oh my God. Literally unplayable. No. We will go Mini Animus. And we will dupe our Mini Animus. And I will get this for double incant triggers. That's really good. We've got great floors now. Multi-strike. Dude, what do I care? I have 2 super good and super small Animusi. Now you do deal a lot of damage. You're almost gonna kill the Titan Sentry on 1 turn. In fact, I kinda don't even wanna play the Titan Sentry at the bottom, but how am I gonna kill you? Glimmer, Ice Tornado? Okay, I do have options. Spikes? I mean, you do 45 plus 8 damage. You're gonna take me down to 7 HP, huh? Mr. Clark Nova Welcome says, I just found Children of Morta. That game is so much fun. I did a playthrough of it. I enjoyed that game. I think it is quite good. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna accept that this floor is probably toast. I'm gonna play the Titan Sentry, and when we draw the Animuses, I'm just gonna build 1 big floor at the top. That's it. So I'm gonna accept that you're dead, but I'm gonna try to keep you alive next turn. The Animus will go down. They're not gonna die, but they're gonna come real close. Our champion is gonna go at the top. But I really just wanted that multi-striker in the back to die. And now, you know what? This is perfect, because now the Glimmer keeps you alive. Animus can go up. We're gonna get the energy back from Hell's Bells. Hell's Bells! And I know that we have the champion behind an Animus, and we said we didn't want that, so sue me, okay? We gotta play this differently than we otherwise would. You left. I mean, I couldn't kill you. Now I could put an Animus behind the Titan Sentry. Can we keep this floor alive? Absolutely, but you're dead and there's no room. So you know what? We're gonna play the Animus up here. I'll play the Mollusk Mage up here as well, who can tank for the Animuses for all I care. Nothing is gonna make it through the top floor. These guys are gonna make it through the bottom floor. Oh, bad heals now. But The Titan Sentry, this is his job. His job is not to survive to the boss. His job is to kill the minions, to weaken them with Frostbite, to kill the support stuff. He's perfect, as far as I'm concerned. Kept the Siren from taking one hit. That's good enough. So now the Cultivation hit Mollusk Mage, I think. Again, I don't care about this floor. This is not the floor that we want. It's fine. This is not the floor where we want the cultivation to happen on, but for now we just have no other option. So we might as well play this up here for the cultivation. If we get enough health, we can survive one hit and apply a lot of frostbite with our champion. I think you just do this and this. Removed some lifesteal, although you do have so much of it. But our champion will live through one attack now, and you're dead. You're doing a lot of damage, but you're also dead. "20 frostbite, that's all we're gonna get. Dung, dung, dung. Set Pyre health to 50. So right now, it's a heal for 8. Merchant of Steel. I would like to do a Merchant of Steel because I want Endless on a couple of units. Well, I want Endless on one unit. We don't need it. We could go Merchant of Magic and upgrade spells. Do we care about this? I dislike this. But it is a heal if you're under 50. Will units make it through the floors though? I mean, do 200 damage? It's a heal for 8, so I'll take it. We don't need 2 books. We don't need a Glacial Seal. We already have enough Frostbite going out there. We don't need Sap. It's 2 energy? Oh my god. When did they nerf Glacial Seal? By making it super freaking expensive. Unit Essence is just Incant Frostbite. You think that might be good on Titan Sentry? He'd actually be better with the Mollusk Mage Essence, because then the heals are worth more if we don't get Endless on him. But I think we'll just skip. Consume Stings. We don't need a Restoring Retreat anymore because our units are 1 capacity. Ensnare, I think, is okay. Not amazing, but you can put 1 enemy on the Frostbite floor over and over again. 25 gold or an easy major boss fight. I'm gonna take the easy major boss fight. For 25 gold, I think that's a price worth paying. And, I mean, you know what? We're gonna heal already. Let's upgrade units and then go magic. Because I really, 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 really want Endless and Multi-Strike. We don't even need the Siren, we could remove it, but I kind of like having 1 floor with just kind of tanks. Magic power is real good. And we got Endless, it's exactly what I wanted. And we got Multi-Strike, which is exactly what I wanted. So we're gonna have 1 floor of Incanting, and then the Animus floor is kind of gonna do their own thing. That's how I think this is gonna work. And at this point, I think I just wanna give you, we're not gonna go to another shop. So I'm just gonna give you the health. And I'll give you the damage, because you're already partially upgraded. Build a card. So we could have capacity if we want, but we really don't. Spikes, armor, or frostbite? Normally I prefer buff cards as opposed to debuff cards. So like armor healing and then plus capacity, or armor healing and plus gold, but we don't need capacity because of our animuses, so. And the animuses are gonna be on their own floor. They're not gonna have the champion behind him. Titan Sentry is gonna have the champion. The animuses are going to be for buffing themselves to get them as much damage as possible with the multi-strike. Although I guess technically you could put the animuses on the same floor as the Siren to have another multi-striker. It's actually a good idea. Well, I guess not really, because they're going to be buffing the damage of the Siren, which has less multi-strike, but the Siren does buff themselves on incant anyway, so they will outpace the animuses eventually, and then the animuses will start buffing themselves again. It's an interesting decision. But I think for now, I just want armor. I want a probably nothing here, because I'm thinking armor is very good for the champion, so I don't want push, pull, or ascend. And then I guess you just go increased gold, because again, we don't really care about capacity anymore. So gain armor 10 and 20 gold. That's our card. Kind of a weak card, but I'll take it. Spell chain plus piercing and magic power. It is tempting to spell chain old magic. We're even spreading spores, but without this costing -2, it's a bit of a waste of cash. I guess I should say a waste of energy. We could upgrade the other Glimmer for magic, power, and piercing. I do like it. Could sack a unit. I actually don't think we need this, because the bottom floor can just be Sentry, Sentry, Mollusk Mage. And I don't think we need Spell Chain. "10 armor is enough to get us around like one sweeper." Yeah. I don't even think we need another Glimmer. But if we don't take it now, what are we gonna take later? So you know what? I'm gonna upgrade the Glimmer. Really, it's just for piercing. We tend to have Mollusk Mages on floors where we want to play the Glimmers anyways, at least for damage. And now maybe we can, I mean, we can just play it wherever we want on any floor, really. Not an ideal turn 1, but Glimmer makes this work. So we're gonna play Tethys on this floor, which means there's not enough room for a Mollusk Mage, except we can descend the Mollusk Mage later. So we'll try it like this. And you know what? Might as well kill this gourd. It's gonna be weird. Also trying to think like, yeah, because I don't want the animuses to buff the damage of the champion. It's not like we have sweep or anything like that. They're quick. So I want them to have as much time as possible to buff themselves. "60 and 62, 62 and 64. They're just gonna keep buffing. Sorry, 74, my bad. We don't even need to play the Sentry, but like, this is what he's made for. One of you is gonna get descended next turn. This allows us to armor our champion, so if there's spikes or a sweeper, maybe he can survive one shot. And if I ensnare you, you're gonna die, but you're gonna die next floor anyways. So I think we, why are you taking no damage? Oh, because of the divine emblem, of course. No wonder. I guess we should play this somewhere. Play it on you. And spreading spores, without it being upgraded, I really don't care. So I'll kill you, and then we'll buff up the top floor even more. Now we can descend Mollusk Mage if we want to get a good spell power bonus, but I also want to not take pyre damage. Although if we take a little bit of damage, it doesn't matter. But if we heal, then we can get money out of it. So not playing this costs us cash. So I will play it, and then I will buff you. I will... You might as well play this now. I don't think it matters when you play it. You don't need a heal. You could use a buff. And the Mollusk Mages are living. Hopefully we can shuffle down to the descend, but I don't think we're going to be able to hit it. And if we don't, we don't. That's fine. That is technically worth more. We could draw the descend. It's going to be close. I would like to not take pyre damage. I would like to kill you all. I mean, our top floor has 120 HP right now. It's pretty good. Now we could bring down the Mollusk Mage, but at this point we have no heals on our hands, so it doesn't actually work. Instead, I'm gonna gain gold, apply some armor. You're taking 1100 damage. You do 19 times 2. You do 38 damage, huh? It's 38 times 2. 76. So this does not keep you alive any longer. 76 plus 19. Well, this does not keep you alive any longer, because you only have 15. This one gives you up to 18. So I guess you probably just buff her up. Either it gives you another hit or it doesn't, but regardless, she's doing more damage now. And then you might as well just keep buffing her up even more. That's enough. That's enough to do it. I think she lived for one more turn, which allowed the champion to hit one more time. Quick. I don't care about quickness at all. Resolve adds spikes 2 to friendly units. Don't care. I think we will put the Mollusk Mage inside of the Titan Sentry because we couldn't descend the other one. So let's just meld it and get it done with. Or even, we could even put it inside of the Siren, but the Titan Sentry is the one that needs the heals. So we should give him the Mollusk Mage bonus. But as for this, I don't really think we need any of it. I don't really care about swapping stats. It doesn't matter at all. We don't need anything to be quick either, so we could take Shard Channeler just to gild it, but like, we can take this on another run when we're focused on spikes. Spikes doing more damage doesn't come into play at all. It's not like we have the spiky Awoken Champion, you know? What about a third Animus? We've got the capacity for it. It's very easy to get another one out there. Play the middle floor with a Mollusk Mage, because one Mollusk Mage is going to go on the Sentry with the Siren and the Champion. In which case, do you want energy or draw? Probably want draw. Turn 1 energy isn't a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna go draw and then make another Animus. But I do think we need to get spell upgrades. We have none. Absolutely none. So you are a sweep frostbite unit, but weak units are already going to get hit by the frostbite. We just want to stack up frostbite on single targets now. Holdover. Such a good card. I don't think we need it on old magic. Steel Enhancer's tempting, but like, you gotta look at Glimmer. A piercing holdover damage card that also heals you and triggers the abilities of the Animuses. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can we get -2? We can! Now a -2 Spreading Spores is tempting as well for the regen bonus. I think you've got to go here to start with. I think we're going to go a little bit deep, by the way, on Pact Shards. I think we can. But now it's extremely tempting to not hold over the Glimmer, but instead hold over the Spreading Spores. But I think we're better off with the Glimmer. Every turn, this is going to be a heal for 25 and damage of 25. This is 2 regen. It being free helps, but like, this is way better. And then the restores are worth holding on to. Let's just like dump a, let's reroll. But I'm gonna make old magic free first. Double stack. Armor 20. Rooted 2. Ah, yeah, okay, for 1, regen 4, spikes 4, I think that's worth it. I'll pay for that. Oh God, I've never seen that actually work before. All enemies restore all health moving up a floor. Dare I say, I think we can do it, because our Animuses are hot. And it's just tanks in front of an Ember Drainer. So this is risky, but if we lose Pyre health due to the sweepers making it up, it's not that big of a deal. Although I cannot play our champion, which is terrible. So I think I might actually ignore the bottom floor and start here. It's like, you have 240 HP. I literally cannot do enough damage to kill you right now. When you move up, I can, but right now I can't, so. We could put the champion behind the Animuses, but it does limit the damage the Animuses can do, but the champion's frostbite is worth a lot. I'm also tempted because then I don't have to wait for the champion to come out. We could also play the Siren up here. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 capacity on this floor with the Incanter on the same floor as the Sirens. We just Alpha Strike everything down. And you know what? It'll help to keep him alive on the sweep as well. So yeah, we'll do this. We're gonna play on top floor. It's weird, but I think it's for the best. I think I want the Siren in the front, but I still give the regen bonuses to them. Because now our champion lives. And now we can toss out a Titan Sentry and at least wound these guys. You do not need Frostbite though. I want to start the Frostbite down here. Why? So I can play the Mollusk Mage, is that correct? That sounds correct. We're gonna have severe energy shortages when this guy moves up. Because we're not killing him in one hit. So we're gonna have no energy in 2 turns. So be it. In that case, maybe it is better to play like this because then we can actually maintain our energy slightly. Like for the turn after we get Ember Drain, then we can maybe toss out a heal later. You know what? Go ahead. I like this because it kills the tank. Start buffing these animuses. Keep the regens going as many turns as possible. You hurt, but you're not gonna Ember Drain me now, so we're not gonna have a super energy problem for a while. Oldie magic might as well just be played. We don't need to buff the champion anymore. We're playing every floor differently, every turn differently, every combat differently. But it's gotta be done. You're gonna Ember Drain me. I would like to save you from death next turn and buy me time to draw other cards. Because next turn you're gonna be really annoying. I could descend you. What's the point? We're gonna be Ember Drained regardless. I mean, we're already gonna have 0 energy. We might as well have, you know, super 0 energy. I like this because it kills a tank. I like this because it's... Well, actually, the restores are worth more bonuses, so sure. Now, if I did not play the champion behind the animuses, they would buff their own damage enough to kill this guy in 1 hit. But because I played it like this, they're healing the champion and the and the siren, so they're not quite doing enough damage to one-shot these guys before they can hit me with the Ember Drain, but it's not that big of a deal. I don't care about you. You're not terrible. This floor needs to be focused. The Frostbite's gonna get this guy. I'm not terribly worried. Also, we haven't... Oh, we can't play him. Well, there's our turn. Thanks, Ember Drain. You're dying. Okay. Spreading spores. Spreading spores. Buff. Restore. We're not using spreading spores for healing. We're using them to trigger every turn bonus scaling on the animusi. The animuses. Ice Storm. It's a good damage card, but we just don't need it. We have Glimmers. We also don't need Cuddle. Draw -2, but then +1 energy. Pyre Grow, I actually think is pretty good here, because when we draw our Spreading Spores, we would like to have a little bit more energy going through the deck. It's also very tempting to go right here and then take the Hellvent, but if we do that, we can't upgrade spells. But like, it's another Animus. I would love to have another Animus out there. It seems fantastic. A lot of this is going to be wasted. Like, we don't need the Merchant of Steel and we don't need the Pyre Remains, but still. We won't be able to upgrade spells. I don't think we need to. I think our spells are fine. We can pay for a lot of card removal. This consumes, and it gives you extra energy. I'm gonna take Pyre Grow, because I think the extra energy will matter, and I'm gonna dupe an Animus. That means we'll have 300 damage on one of our floors that scales. Oh, I also thought that was going to be a unit meld. We really should have put the Mollusk Mage inside of the Sentry. I kind of forgot about the whole capacity situation, but that's okay. We can put the Mollusk Mage out there. It'll be fine. Maybe I can buff the health of a Mollusk Mage very temporarily, but before we do that... This is actually not that good. More Frostbite does seem real nice. Just to help weaken and wound enemies, 5 Frostbite instead of 3. I think that's worth it. I think everything else is trash. I think I will buff your health ever so slightly and then start purging cards. What do we not need? We do not need Frozen Lances. They are the worst. Don't reroll, just purge. They're cheap, but they're also trash. Cannot afford. We could have afforded one if I didn't buy the stone. That's okay. We'll do Bananimus. You know what? I could take Divine Boons to remove a card. Is that worth it? Why not? Like, literally, these Frozen Lances are just terrible, so if I can get them out of the deck, I'll be happy. And then, you know what? Sure, take a 5/10. So we're gonna gain a little gold, which has no reason for existing. Although if we take Pyre damage, we'll heal a little bit after this, so that's nice. Okay. You do a lot of damage. My units didn't show up, but a Glimmer is pretty good, except you still die. You can tank, but then I can't send units out next turn. We might not play the champion. We don't have to play the champion. I'm not worried about not playing the champion. This is gonna cost us energy, but we get enough units every turn that I think this is fine. If I play the Mollusk Mage, the problem is we won't be able to play the Siren. We could play the Mollusk Mage here. I guess it coming out and dying is not that big of a deal. It actually gives us the opportunity to, like, toss out an Ice Tornado. We're just not gonna play the champion. Okay, you're gonna die. That's not a big problem, though. How much damage is incoming? 45, 60, 75, 85 damage. We got a Glimmer, though, which will kill one of you. So you get played. You get played. Can we play our champion on the middle floor and then descend it? Right now, the answer is no, but maybe in the future. I gotta leave capacity open for the champion, I do. So we'll Glimmer. Keeps you alive, barely. We'll buff. No, we should, You guys are gonna make it up. And we're sapped up here. I'm gonna keep you sticking around. I don't think you play the Mollusk Mage. I think you play this to stop the armor gain on this guy so we can maybe kill him if we draw a Frozen Lance, or even a Glimmer should do it. I think we will just buff the Animus, because the Animus has to kill that guy next turn. Although again, if he hits the Pyre, it's not that big of a deal. Please stop please stop sapping me. However, now you're all dead. And now I don't have to worry about you at all. Now we can focus on the bottom floor. Oh look, it's a Glimmer. You're still dying, huh? 11, 15, 20, 20. 11, 15, 20, 20. So I need to get you to 26 HP. 2 restores will do it. Then the Animus lives. It's not bad. Damage shield on the boss, that's terrible. Oh hey, look, my Titan Sentry. Who's dying? You know, maybe that's perfect. Maybe we let you die so that we can get back around to the Siren later. Now, our next turn draw, we kind of know what we're gonna get. Let's be honest. But everything has a lot of frostbite. They're all dying. Nothing is gonna do any damage at the top floor. It's kind of exactly what we want. You know what? Let's do it again. Let that floor go. I should have had the spiky one in the front now that I look at it, but... Oh man, all of the Animus is getting +2/+2 every turn. It's actually not that much because the Umbra +6/+6 is just way more, but we can play more restores every turn. You know, we can trigger it ourselves. If we get the perfect opportunity to do it. I can't believe that the Siren is still living. The boss is 70 Frostbite already, and I was gonna say our champion's gonna come back in a second, which means that that's a free play. Taking 46. Next turn is final. So what I think we do, I wish I knew what your damage was. I literally don't. What I think we're gonna do is just Glimmer to heal up the Siren and prevent you from taking as much damage as possible. We'll play another Glimmer down here next turn, so we'll play this one up here. And I guess we're just not gonna play Restoring Retreat. You know what? I think you do. Does more damage to the boss. Boss time! Now, how much damage are you taking? 90. How? 427, okay. Should have played that down here. You're doing 48 damage, which is really not that much. A restore makes you live for another turn, but 11 takes you down to 48, then you're dying. So a heal on you is actually worth quite a bit. You know, a heal in a Frozen Lance is worth a lot. 513, okay, 521. That's still fine. You have 142 Frostbite. So and you know what, you're gonna have even more in a second. Along with all of the damage that you're taking from the Animuses, you're gonna take more damage thanks to every single... You know what? Turn just because of that Frostbite, 167. There's no way you're gonna live. And you know what? The final FU. There's enough capacity for the Titan Sentry yet again. Let's go. Now, all of the buffing is gonna go to the Titan Sentry, but like, he's gonna live for a long time. So we ended this with maybe 500 damage a turn on the top floor. Is that enough to do Divinity? I got no freaking idea. Let's give it a go. Let's see. I'd say this is an okay turn one draw. Now I think we want the Animuses in the middle because I don't want them to get swept, but if they get swept, it's really not that big of a deal because like a Glimmer can bring them back up to full health, but I want them to survive as long as possible on Relentless for sure. And you know what? We'll get the value out of the Mollusk Mage until we descend it. That way we can protect the Mollusk Mage for the Dissension. That's a word, right? 6, 6, 6, 30, 13. So 6, 6, 6 is 18, plus 13, 31, plus 30, 61. You're exactly lethal. This means that you live on this floor, I believe. Damage shield. We don't need to play Unnamed Tome here. In fact, if we play it, you'll live with like 9 HP, which is terrible. We're gonna send Animus, Mollusk Mage. Playing here is also nice because it means that we're not going to hit Ember Drain. I I think I'm just going to play some spells. I killed the unit that I needed to get hit for 20 on. That's fine. We'll just spend some turns healing you on this turn. Maybe, I hope. We could put animuses down here, but I'd rather not. The Siren, 725 is gonna take 25 and then 13 damage. That's a lot. But I think we can actually make it so that the Siren only takes the 13. We're gonna get a lot of energy out of this as well. And I will play this for the incant bonus. So I think 7 and 25, that's 32. Now you're living. That's all we needed. You'll be replayed next turn. Let's start the healing. We have to get rid of the Mollusk Mage so we can actually get the value out of the cultivation, but we'll just start like this. I'd rather play this up here. Our champion is weak, but that was because of the spikes. Now there's more spikes, but this is also a very good glimmer opportunity. And we're gonna play another 2 units, which is fantastic. You're all dead. Removing your spikes helps us a lot. I don't like that you're still living, but there's nothing I can do about it. Do I want to root any of these enemies? No. What I want to do I hate to say it, but I kind of want to keep you alive for longer, because this floor is gonna suck. Next turn. It also does help to keep the Siren alive. I know we're not buffing the Animuses, but they do enough damage right now that I'm okay. I'm happy with them. This is perfect. Pyre Grow. Descend. It's expensive, but that's okay. Now we have 1 floor with great magic power, and now we can focus our healing up here later. Right now, we cannot replay the Titan Sentry, so we have to keep him alive. You guys are slowly healing. You're gonna make it up and hit the pyre. Actually, you're gonna die to Frostbite next turn. And now we gotta think about where we're actually playing everything, because yeah, stuff like this, the Animus is dying. We might just start letting floors go now. Oh, I hate to lose the Titan Sentry though. What else can we do? We have to keep the Animuses alive. We can't bring them back. Can I heal him enough? Yeah, barely. Can I heal him enough next turn? No, not even close. And the heal is worth so much more down here. Maybe you let the Animus go? Because we're doing a good job of weakening enemies moving up. Maybe you just try to keep this floor alive as long as possible. Maybe you accept that that the Titan Sentry can die, and maybe you can somehow replay him later. Maybe the Mollusk Mage was not good to have on this floor. I don't know. Let's think. 2 Glimmers doesn't even get us over the damage we're taking on the floor, but a Glimmer here, we'd have to play both of them to keep the Titan Sentry alive. How are we gonna defeat Divinity? Is it the champion or is it the Animuses? He does a lot. Oh my god, he's gonna do 16. He's gonna do 32 damage a turn on this floor. Well, it's definitely not this floor. Maybe we should have put our units up here. You know what? That would have been smart. The Frostbite would have had more time to tick him down. I think that was a misplay. I think we should have played up here. Can we survive with 150... 250 damage up here? Well, next turn we're not killing anything, but they're gonna have a lot of frostbite if I keep them alive. Yeah, I made a mistake. We should have had one floor empty so that the frostbite could tick them up. And you're still dying off of this? Dude, that is terrible. But you know what? The Titan Sentry can fit on the middle floor now. Although now that we're dying on this floor. But we can play that. Okay, now you can tank for the Animuses. And hopefully the Siren can tank for this floor. Although we're not doing like the sweeping damage that we need to do, unfortunately. Look, I know you're gonna get armor. Now, why are you still dying? Because there's sweep. Losing the champion is terrible. Wow, that kept... I don't know why you're taking so little damage now. I kind of want to redo this one just because I know I made mistakes and I know what they are, I think. You're a multi-strike now? At 125, you get multi-strike, huh? That's how that works? Okay. Sorry, I thought this was a fair game. I mean, 50... that'll keep you alive. I don't really want to keep you on this floor, though. How's the middle floor looking? Is everything dying? Not even close. You got a lot of frostbite, though. Is that enough? You know what? We can play the Titan Sentry at the bottom. That's not nearly enough. But we'll see. What about a Mollusk Mage and then 2 Glimmers doing 100 damage? 50 damage, actually. Could be enough. 40, 60, 70, 80. You're gonna... that'll stop you, and then you're gonna hit the pyre. 20. Man, 120 is an awkward amount of HP for you to have. No, it's not, because it doesn't decay. So that actually means that the pyre is gonna take 19 damage times 2. You're currently living, though, which means you're gonna kill the pyre if you make it up. Which is terrible for me. It's a nice heal to have on the floor, admittedly. Let's keep the buffs going. They're just gonna buff the Mollusk Mage now, which is unfortunate. I think we're gonna have to do this one again. The middle floor needed to be empty to stop the damage on the top floor, even though the top floor sweep, 1 Glimmer per turn can deal with that. And then we'll have everything else to play on the lower floor. But the units living with Frostbite that's just not killing them, not doing enough. Yeah, that was enough. So I'm gonna try to just like stall. You know what? You're not gonna kill the pyre. You're gonna kill the Mollusk Mage though. Can we survive? Can he do it? Probably not. Oh, try. Oh no. Because this guy just does too much damage without our champion being alive. Yeah, so I think I want to restart this one. The final fight. If we leave the middle floor empty, I think we can do it. We've already lost our win streak. I don't care. You know, this is learning. We're gonna leave the middle floor empty. So we're gonna play you. We're gonna play all of this. I mean, you're gonna die up here, so there's no reason to play up here. You might as well just not play you. We're gonna play Tethys. What was it last time? I played Ice Tornado, which killed you. Yeah, but Tethys lives. We're gonna play you on the top. That kills you. We're not gonna play the Mollusk Mage. How do you, can you, like you, with the incant? No, we gotta wait for the other, because we can't play Mollusk Mage up here at all. That's an interesting, like, thing to think about. Because if we play the Mollusk Mage on the top, it'll take the health buffs, which is not what we want. This is what we want, though. You get played up here. Animus is dying, however, now it's not dying, and then we can start stacking up buffs on this floor. And then you're taking another 30 damage, which means that we have to do 60 less damage on the next floor in order to kill you on the top floor, which is what we want. And every turn we replay you, we're just getting like an energy refund. And there's no sweeps, which means that the champion lives. You know what? We should have played the armor card on him previously, I think. So if I ensnare you, you're gonna die to frostbite. We should buff you, should heal you. The top floor looks a lot better now, but the sweep is gonna be a pain. But you're dying and you're dying on this floor, which means that this floor is gonna be a lot easier to deal with now. We need Pyre Grow, because we can't play or descend Mollusk Mage. But we can play a Glimmer, which we should play. This floor is actually like not even going that badly. Considering the sweep, we're not really losing that much health. You just keep getting replayed every turn. Anytime you have an X on you, you're fine. On death, you had garbage. Every turn you had garbage. You know what? I should have played this here. This is going way better. Now this is the sweeper that kills the champion, admittedly. That's annoying. We needed the armor on the champion a long time ago. That had to come out first. So that was a mistake. That being said, maybe we don't need our champion, or maybe he's like the most important unit, and not keeping him alive is what's gonna cost us. Now you're gonna hit the pyre. How's the top floor look? Everything's dying. Well, we can get a super Mollusk Mage floor. Oh, we can get one Mollusk Mage out, I guess. Might as well play this one just to die. If I stall you for a turn, you won't hit the pyre. I still don't think we have it. We gotta keep the champion alive. That's the only thing that does scaling damage on the boss. Dude, maybe you put the champion behind the animuses and that way he stays alive for Relentless. Maybe you go middle floor champion, or even bottom floor animuses. No, you gotta have the Titan Sentry out there. You can't have a bottom floor animus. It won't work. This floor is actually fine, though. You're not taking that much damage, though. But I really like this. You need to die every turn. It's not gonna be enough, though. Let's just do this. Yeah, because the champion behind the 3 animuses, he would get strong enough very quickly to survive a sweep. I didn't even realize anything made it up. That floor is gonna suck next turn. And you're unfortunately not dying, which means that you're not doing anything next turn. You love to see it. Well, why don't we just do this, and then this, and then this. 600 damage per turn might be enough, but I don't think it is with the sweep and the fact that we have to kill the floor. Although it's better, 2257 is a lot better. 2600. Still 2600. 2900. You're dead. So that actually was enough, barely. This floor is helping to get the job done. I didn't expect that, but there you go. So yeah, having them, that's literally the only thing we did differently. we just kept a middle floor so that the frostbite weakened enemies, so that we didn't have to heal the front animus. Even though the sweep hits all the animuses, an occasional glimmer more than makes up for it. But the fact that we were getting hit for 20 something odd damage on the front unit every turn meant that it was really hard to keep that front animus alive while we were also killing more enemies. But having one empty floor was enough. I'm honestly surprised that that's all it took. I'm extremely surprised that that's all it took. And then just the Siren gets the kill at the bottom floor. I did an Alt F4, I restarted, but you know what? It's because when there's such a critical mistake like that, I like learning from my mistake and trying to think about this in the future. I don't remember every single time it happens, but it's also, I think, a good opportunity to show you, the viewer, how a little change can actually matter. You know, we should have thought about our floors and thought about everything that we're doing. Why do we have Frost Shark? To sweep enemies and weaken them for the animuses. Ergo, one floor that's open and free to let the frostbite chunk them down a little bit more was worth so much. And we probably could have kept our champion alive too. Put the armor on him, he'll live through one sweep. So there you go. One little change. And that's all it takes with 3 big animuses. They were quite big. I do wonder though, in Can't, like put the Siren in the animuses may have been worth a little bit more, because then the buff isn't on a random unit, because it's not really random, it's cultivation. It buffs the lowest health, but it's not the animus. If you put the Siren in the animuses, then all of a sudden the incant is actually buffing specifically the unit that you want, the animus. And we also lucked into the Founding Seal, which doubled incant. So had we known that the Founding Seal existed, Siren would have been way better than cultivation. And then we would have had, I mean, how would this have changed the run? We wouldn't have even needed capacity, but I think what we would have done is put, you know what? No, we should have taken capacity in that case and put champion, animus, 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 Titan Sentry. Then the animuses can tank when the sentry dies. It'll get replayed, and then we'll have a super, super big floor for dealing with Relentless, because the champion would live forever behind tanks. We would still have to buff his health with the armor, of course. And maybe it would have been a little bit harder because the units would have been making it up per floor. So maybe we would have still played the Awoken Hollow up there, but we probably would have given him a tank, because then the cultivation trigger wouldn't be wasted on another unit. Anyways, I think that was still a pretty fun run and a nice little lesson learned there. If you are relying on a Frost tank, a Titan Sentry, a Frost Shark, maybe leave a little bit of space between him and the top floor so that the Frostbite can just keep chunking down the enemies. Kill some, wound the others. Top floor has to do less work. Saves you health in the long run. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch or when I go live, support the channel, any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.